Meghan Markle has now been shunned by so many celebrities, including some of the closest seven in her closest of close-knit seven circle that she's got. Let's get into the story. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? How you feeling? How's everything going? Folks, if you didn't see the last episode, a lot of people like the Drew Barrymore interviewing H part of that. And I honestly, I don't know why everybody thought it was so spectacular. But quite frankly, H, let me ask you something. Oh, Drew, please ask me anything you would like. I love the way you speak to me. H, I saw that magnificent surfing video that you did, and I just had one question. Oh, Drew, please ask me anything you would like. What did you put in your hair? Because the way that the sun was glistening off of those pubes, I mean, did you have those transported from your scrotum, or how did you, or is it from your hindquarters? Where did you get those pubes on the top of your hair? And what kind of product did you put in your hair to have it glisten like that, where the sun is hitting your melon, and the rays and the sun is reflecting off of the ocean water, and it's just making this blinding appearance that you could barely even stare at the screen. Oh, Drew, I'm so glad you asked me that. Well, first of all, yes, I had a lot of the pubes transported from my hindquarters. In the beginning, I did have some transported from my sack, but Megsy has hidden my balls, and I can't find me balls. I can't find me balls. 8. I could be breaking girl code here or something, but you know what? I'm just going to throw caution to the wind. And I'm going to say, have you ever decided to go into her closet and check into her purses? Oh, Drew, that's a great idea. However, Megsy locks her closet. She locks it. I don't know what's in there. Folks, how is everybody doing? How you feeling today, folks? First of all, is H even related to the royal family? Let's throw he's throwing the theories out right off the bat. Is he even really related to them? Please. Come on, doubtful. James Hewitt, 18th Earl of Pembroke, I think, or whatever, 18th Earl or whatever that dude. That's number one. But let's get into this. How Sharkley the Markley, right? By the way, another pin in this, little segue. The Portuguese house, the Portugal, right? Maybe they're doing that because they're going to be on the run. Maybe here's another thing. Maybe the king's got a little bit of a soft spot, right? But he's like, look, you can't come back here. Okay, please, you can't come back here. I mean, you can come back. You can't be here. You know what I mean? Why don't I stash you? Why don't we stash you in Portugal? And let's see how you do on that. We'll put you with Eugenie. Eugenie, who knows Misha Nono, who met a bartender and decided to marry a who in their right mind would marry a bartender if you were a princess? What the hell is going on? Anyways, it's not even the point. Here's the real scoop, folks. So, first of all, and the other thing is this. So, allegedly, that video that they did the other day, there's a lot of, hubbubaloo about that. And it turns out that might have actually been from July, of all things. Allegedly, people are saying. That's the grapevine. But this is what I really wanted to talk about, okay? So, Scheissmeist cannot get arrested, okay? She's so unpopular, right? You ready for this? She needs something, anything. She needs a pop box. She needs a green carpet. She needs something, right? The last thing she was doing was she was at an ICU, an intensive care unit, hopefully waiting to get her blood pressure checked. Okay, that was a big highlight of her year. But now it turns out that she has now been shunned and banished by even some of her supposed Hollywood associates. And let me explain. So there was this thing last night called the 2024 Baby to Baby Gala. I guess technically you would have to have a baby to be invited to this. Maybe, who knows? Listen to this. So this is a gala that's helping one of those nonprofits, so I'm sure it's on the up and up. It's a nonprofit, right? And it's to help children living in poverty. Who loves that? I mean, she could donate the bench. She could donate, like, she's probably got stacks of those books in the wherever they live. Okay, wherever it is that they live. I've heard that they live, in a cottage. They rent the house. They're in separate locations. You know what I mean? Everything's fraudulent. Everything's fraudulent, allegedly. Nothing is real. It's all a fugazi. It's all smoke and mirrors. But let's get how her actual friends are fraudulent, and they even shunned her. Listen to this. So at this baby gala, right? It's the who's not who of people, okay? Jenna Dewan was at this thing. You know who Jenna Dewan is? No, nobody knows. You know who she is? She used to be married to Channing Tatum. That's her claim to fame. And apparently she's been pregnant like 55 times or something. I don't know. Every time there's something about she's having another baby. Who in the hell? Why is this person in the news? She was married to Channing Tatum. Okay. Nobody cares. However, this lady has made a career out of being married to Channing frickin' Tatum. It is unbelievable. Okay? Now, let's get back to this. So let me tell you about the dirty seven that did Shiesty dirty. Shiesty's usually the one doing the dirt. She's the dirt McGirt. She's the dirt McGee in the place to be. And now they're doing dirt on her. Listen to this. Listen to who shunned her. I'm not going to scroll through all these photos, okay? I got news for you. I don't want carpal tunnel, okay? Please. It's a lot of scrolling. Number one, let me throw this name at you. Jamie Kern Lima was there. Well, who's Jamie Kern Lima, you're asking? Well, Jamie Kern Lima is the lady that sold a cosmetics company and is buds with Harpo Winfrey and has a podcast. And Harpo Winfrey went on there. I did it. This is on my Patreon if you guys want to check that out. Where Harpo Winfrey is sitting there crying the blues because 40 years. This is her. Everybody's got to be a victim, by the way, in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Every story is about. I saw something the other day. Segue. Sydney Sweeney, that girl, you know what I mean? She's a good-looking lady and everything. She's in a lot of stuff. She's complaining about her parents got divorced when she was an adult and how that affected. I'm like, what the hell? They just got to have some. You know what? In third grade, I had problems with times tables. Like, shut. Anyways. Jamie Kern Lima was there, right? So Harpo was on her Harpo Winfrey was on her thing crying because 40 years ago, Joan Rivers, the comedian who roasts everybody, one of the greats of all time, made fun of her on when she was filling in for Johnny Carson of all things. That 40 years ago, this is what Harpo's crying. This is how Harpo has no problems. She's got to bring up a person that's not even around anymore 40 years ago that they made a joke about her. Dope. Anyways, so Jamie Kern Lima, who's also the person who flew Scheissmeist, allegedly, because they're saving the environment. They took a private jet to go to the Hamptons when Sharkle the Markle was at that photo in the Hamptons, and it was all the powerful women and this and that. And Scheissmeist could totally tell at that moment that she was definitely out of her element, where she was posing with Misha No and Bobby Brown in that photo in the big grandpa suit that doesn't fit, and she like cut off the sleeves of the vest or something. Anyways, so Jamie Kern Lima's there. That's an associate, numero uno. Number two, who's at this baby gala, whatever. Paris Hilton, okay? She's there. Well, Paris Hilton was on Scheissmeist's podcast about the bimbos, right? Oh, my God. Isn't it tough being considered a bimbo? Yeah, bitch, nobody considers you a bimbo. Nobody even knew who the hell you were until you married this dope, who's probably not even really a royal. Okay, let's be honest. Allegedly. So Paris Hilton doesn't reach out an olive branch to invite her. Guess who else is there? Kelly Rowland, who apparently Scheissmeist thinks she has some sort of relationship with because they had their makeup done on the same photo shoot one time 55 years ago. And then they were also seen at the Beyonce concert, when Scheissmeist showed back up by herself and was hanging out in the Tyler Perry Medea box with Jeff Bezos. Or no, she wasn't with Jeff Bezos. She was with the Netflix guy. Jeff Bezos and Sanchez and the Kardashians. They all stayed on the other side, and she was on the other side with Ted Sarandos and Netflix. So Kelly Rowland didn't mention anything about her. Didn't invite her. Who else was there? Mindy Kalingalingalingalingaling. She was there. Mindy Kalingaling was also on Shice Mice podcast. Malinga Kalingaling. Mindy Kalingaling is also part of Better Up. Works with H. They were actually at an event earlier together this year. Guess what? They were talking to CEOs about how, like motivating like CEOs. Like either one of them has had an actual job. Like, yeah. Okay. So no invite from the Mindy Kalingaling. No help there. Then you get Katy Perry, right? This one right here that's actually in the photo. She's having a great year, by the way, too. She's having a wonderful year. Anyways, this is her alleged neighbor, okay? She went to her concert. They flew a jet over there. They go to the Ellen, wedding together and all this stuff, or the vow renewal, whatever. No invite, okay? She doesn't say, hey, you wanna go to this thing? By the way, what's with all the green backgrounds? The hospital had a green backdrop and green carpet. This one has green carpet and a backdrop. Everything's green now. Red carpet's gone. It's green carpet. That's what's a real big one right now. Now, guess what? Now we get to a real winner. Chrissy Teigen's here, okay? Chrissy frickin' Teigen, who, no offense, if they just went with her old Twitter that she used to, her old tweets that she used to post, she should probably be serving time somewhere. Okay? She really should probably be serving time somewhere. However, she's at this thing. Okay? Which, I don't know about that. It's a little odd. Okay? You guys might want to vet your whacked out wackaloons a little bit better. Now, so what do we got here? We got Jamie, Mindy, Paris, Katie, Chrissy, Kelly. Now, that's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon separation, right? But now I'm going to throw in the 7th. Lucky number 7, right? Well, it's not lucky. Guess who else is there? The actual Shice Mice mini-me wannabe, none other than Abigail Spencer. She's there. Abigail frickin' Spencer, her bestie Besterson from Besterville, who will roll around in a ballroom gown with a dog to promote her jam. Hey, Chrissy Teigen had her jam too, don't forget that. Will roll around on the ground in a ballroom gown with a doogie to promote jam, whatever the hell that is. I don't know, maybe put it on some toast. You know what I mean? Rolling around in the park with the dog in a ballroom gown and jam don't really make sense. But who am I? She's there. Guess who's not there? No Shice. Now, if anybody who loves talking about little people, who loves trying to help little people, by the way, this had something to do with Africa, I believe. Did they bet you Nelson Mandela? Please, did anybody bring up my mom? Please, Nelson. So if anybody would have been craving to be at this gala, the baby, you know who it would have been. But I guess technically at some point in time you would have had to allegedly have a baby to be at this thing. But apparently she was there at 2020. She was part of this. I guess when people maybe believe something that she had to say, allegedly. Anyways, hope you guys are all doing great. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. And who loves you, baby?
Who loves you, baby? You're beautiful.